What's up guys, it's Trey. Today I'm going to be giving you the simplest way to gain muscle mass. I'm going to be breaking today's videos down into 4 parts, but before we get started, if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button, and if this video helps you out in any way, make sure you like. So I thought I would start this off by sharing a little bit of my story. In high school, I was skinny, I was insecure, I was wearing 2 t-shirts at one stage to try and look a little bit bigger, and it was just an all-round mess. Although I was that kid that everyone knew, I definitely didn't like myself at all. I may have came across confident, loud, but it definitely wasn't the case. It was all to cover up the insecurities I had going on, which all related back to being skinny. So obviously throughout high school, I would get called a bag of bones, you're so skinny, scrawny, look at your shoulders. So obviously this led to a few things like depression, anxiety when you go out in public places because you think everyone's staring at you. And I'm sure you guys would have the same problems. If you're skinny, you're fat, you just feel insecure. You don't feel good in your own skin, and that's terrible. So come year 12, we're in HSC, and this kid I knew that was in my year came up to me and asked if I wanted to go to the gym. I don't know why he did, but I'm glad he did. And we now live together and starting a business together. It's really weird how everything worked out, but I'm glad it went how it went. When I went into the gym, I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't know anything about bro split, push-pull legs. All I knew is bicep curls. So for probably the first 6 to 8 months, all I did was arms, because obviously that's the most noticeable on your body, and I thought if I had big arms, I'd have a good physique. I was wrong. But in saying that, seeing my arms grow gave me motivation, be like, all right, my legs are lacking. Oh, I need to build a chest, my back, and it brought everything up with it. And mind you, throughout my whole lifting career, I've done everything myself. I've never had anyone in my family trying to push me to go to the gym. That's the whole thing about the gym being self-induced torture. You force yourself to go, you force yourself to do the reps and sets, and then you get the reward by looking good. It's a very selfish sport, but it's one well worth it. So in the first 12 months, I went from looking like this to this. And obviously a change that dramatic, you would get called out for being on steroids, which I was not. It was literally just grinding every single day and waiting for a change to happen. But it was funny because in the process, I always still to this day feel like I'm that skinny kid at the start. And that's why I encourage you guys to take progress photos, because then you can actually see how far you've come. Jump to 4 years later, I am here now living in surface paradise. I weigh 96 kilos and I look like this. That's a damn big change from what I started with. Anyways, that's a little bit about me, but I'm going to go through and break down 4 simple ways that you can do the exact same transition. So number 1 is your workout split. How are you actually going to train? You got push-pull legs, you got bro split, you have Arnold split, you have all these different splat, and you don't know which one to choose. Stick to the basics, push-pull legs or bro split. So the bro split is a muscle designated day. So chest day, back day, leg day, shoulder day, arm day. And then push-pull legs is exactly how it sounds. One day is all pushing movements, pulling movements, and then you got your legs. But if you're chopping and churning on which one you should choose, I recommend you do 6 months of one split, 6 months of the other split, and then determine which one you made the most gains, which one you found the most comfortable, and which one fit in with your routine personally. Just whatever one you choose, make sure you have a written out program and stick to it, man. And this brings me to number 2, dieting. You always hear that dieting is like 80% of your gains, whether you're bulking, shredding, whatever the fuck, dieting is key. Now, depending on your goals, whether you are bulking or shredding, your diet will go about differently. So let me break it down. If you're bulking, you want to eat in a 10% surplus with a clean macro ratio. People think that they're bulking and they just got to eat heaps, so they pig out of Macca's, KFC, Subway, and that will give you mass but not quality muscle mass. So the easiest way to work out how much you should eat, you should go to this website here, put in your units, and it'll tell you your maintenance calories. Take that number, add 10% on top of it, and that's the amount of calories you must eat every day. Not only do you need to eat that many calories a day, but you need to make sure your macros are looking something like this. You can track all your macro calories on an app called MyFitnessPal. It's very easy to log. You can even scan your food straight into the app and it does it all for you automatically. But if you're a bit fatter and you're trying to lose weight, you want to eat in a 10% calorie deficit. This is just the complete opposite to a surplus. So you go on this website, punch in your units, and they'll give you a maintenance number, subtract 10%, and the exact same thing with your macros. They should be looking something similar to this. Again, you can track these on MyFitnessPal and it's so easy to use, bro. While we're on the topic of dieting, let's talk about supplements. There's so many supplements on the market that people are saying, you need this. I stress to you, bro, you gotta have this for gains. At the end of the day, all you need is protein, creatine, and maybe pre-workout. Moving on to number 3, and what I think is the most crucial part when it comes to making gains, is your mindset. Everything we've talked about so far is all easy said and done on paper, but to actually put it in action consistently day after day is fucking hard. There's gonna be days that you don't wanna go to the gym. There's gonna be days you don't wanna do cardio. And I can bet your ass there's gonna be days you're gonna sit there with a fork in your hand and can't be bothered to eat that meal, but you have to. And this is all dependent upon your mindset and the dedication you have to making those gains. I can promise you now, in the last 4 years, if I did not go balls to the wall and be obsessed about making gains, I would not look how I look today. The easiest way to become dedicated and stay true to something is doing shit you don't want to do. Wake up earlier, go do cardio in the morning. Nobody wants to do that shit, bro. But if you force yourself to do things you don't want to do, the day you don't want to do something, it'll become easier to do because you're used to doing things that you don't want to do. Does that make sense? There's a quote that I love and it's called, "Discipline will take you places, motivation won't go." And it means motivation is a temporary feeling, just like anger, sadness, happiness. It'll come, it'll go. Before you go to bed, you can watch a YouTube video and be so motivated by it. Tomorrow I'm gonna take over the world. I'm gonna get up and go for a 20-kilometer run and get fit. You go to sleep, you wake up, you're cold, you're tired, you don't wanna get out of bed, and motivation is gone. So now what? And at that point is where your discipline that you've been building over the last couple of weeks will get you out of bed and go do shit that you need to do. So when people say that dieting is 80%, training is 20%, I think mindset is 100%, because if you only do things the day you feel like doing them, you're not gonna get fuck all done. Moving on to number 4, and I think is gonna be one of the hardest things that you'll probably face, is isolation. If you genuinely want to make a change for your life, you will have to do whatever it takes, no matter who you're going to lose or who you have to step over. Obviously, I was that skinny kid in the gym trying to get big. Everyone was laughing at me, but now they look at me and be like, how did you do it? I'm saying if you have the option between training and going out with your friends for the weekend, you have to have that strong enough mindset to tell them no. And that's going to lead to you being at the gym by yourself and all your friends at this party doing whatever. And I can tell you right now, it was definitely hard at the start because I had FOMO. I was missing out on all these parties, events, but I had to stay true to my program. Take my life for an example right now. Me, my girlfriend, and Mitchell, the dude that invited me to go to the gym in year 12, have moved to Surfers Paradise, which is different states from where I grew up. We don't have friends here, we don't have family here, we came here for business, content, and we're just happier in this state. Now, I'm not saying you have to move states or cut people off. All I'm saying is not everybody is gonna see your end goal. Not everybody has your vision. So when you tell people things, they're gonna laugh. They're not gonna be on your back following along your journey. But regardless of what people think, of what they say, you have to stay true to you and keep your eyes on the prize, because in 4 years, like myself, you could change your life. And before I go, I've actually designed an ebook that has everything we've spoken about today and more, elaborating on how to lift, how to diet, how to stay motivated, how to train for specific sports. And I really think that could help you guys out. Not only that, I have my push-pull leg program that I dropped 2 weeks ago. The amount of messages that I've received already from you guys saying how insane the program is and how brutal the workouts are, I fucking love it. All right, boys, that's a wrap. I appreciate you guys watching all the way through. Keep chasing that filthy pump, and I'll see you in the next one.